I voted 7 times to cut state taxes. As your congressman, I'll work to make President Bush's tax cuts permanent. I fought to make Pennsylvania's prescription drug program the best in the nation. I'll fight just as hard for your Medicare drug benefits and for your Social Security. And I'm determined that together we'll win the war against terror and make our homeland, our America, safe and secure. I'm Charlie Dent, and I authorize this message. I'm Charlie Dent, and I approve this message.
On healthcare, who can you trust? Charlie Dent voted 3 times to expand prescription drug coverage for seniors. Joe Driscoll, he's done nothing to help seniors get prescriptions. Nothing. Worse, multimillionaire Joe Driscoll is profiting from hundreds of thousands of dollars in major drug company stocks, the same companies he says overcharge us. Charlie Dent, saving you money. Driscoll, making money for himself. The issue is taxes. Pat Brown authored one of the largest tax cuts in Pennsylvania history, and Brown has never voted to raise taxes. Jennifer Mann is just the opposite. She voted again and again to raise your taxes. Mann voted to increase taxes on your income, savings, and telephone calls. Jennifer Mann's tax increase cost an average family $870. That's real money. On April 5th, choose the one you can trust. Choose Pat Brown, the proven tax cutter, for State Senate. Jennifer Mann's attacking Pat Brown for taking a pension increase. The truth is, Mann took that very same increase for herself. Mann claims Pat Brown is a part-time legislator. The truth is, Pat Brown's attendance record is excellent compared to Mann's, who missed nearly 50% of her committee meetings. Mann says she's independent and effective, but she hasn't passed a single piece of legislation into law. Brown has passed 15. Jennifer Mann, what'll she make up next? Karen Beyer, a decorated Air Force veteran and community leader who has dedicated herself to public service. Karen Beyer. As a legislative assistant to Representative Doug Reitley, Beyer has first-hand experience working to solve people's problems. As school director, Beyer has never voted to increase property taxes and fought to end fiscal mismanagement and abuse. Karen Beyer.
As your voice in Harrisburg, I'll continue to put taxpayers first.
Linda Minger. Taxpayers paid her for one political job, tax collector. But Minger wanted more. She was hired to a second political job as assistant to herself. You heard right, her own assistant, nearly doubling her taxpayer salary. But Minger got caught. Officials called this second job illogical, unethical, illegal, and Minger was fired. Linda Minger. She puts her self-interest before the public interest.
When Sam Plummery ran the State Sheriff's Association, they were supposed to be raising money for a children's camp. But 88% of the money raised was spent on administrative costs. That's wrong. Plummery's association was investigated and then fined by the Department of Consumer Affairs. Even worse, only 12 cents out of every dollar raised actually went towards the children's camp.
12 lousy cents?
Sam Plummery. He couldn't be trusted to help our kids. How can we trust him to lower our property taxes?
Atlantic County. Good people, special people, coming together in a spirit of community. State Senator Bill Gormley has been there at our side, with us, for us. Bill's work to make our schools better, our children safer and smarter, for quality health care and more affordable prescriptions for seniors, and for real property tax relief. State Senator Bill Gormley, he's always there for us. He always will be.
Jim Whalen. As mayor of Atlantic City, Whalen raised property taxes $43 million. He mismanaged the city $50 million into debt as he spent and spent. Whalen called for a new payroll tax on anyone who worked in the city but lived in the suburbs. Now, Whalen's back as the hand-picked candidate of the Camden Democrats, the same Democrats who cut your NJ Saver property tax rebate in half. The record's clear. Jim Whalen will raise your taxes.
John Murphy. Some people talk about public service. John Murphy practices it. Now Murphy's the Republican reform candidate for governor.
I'll use an army of auditors and a tough new attorney general to fight waste, fraud, and abuse. I'll cut spending and end the corruption in Trenton. Taxpayers, not politicians, will benefit. I'll increase your property tax rebates by 50%. I'm John Murphy, and you can count on me.
State Senator Andy Ciesla and Assemblymen Dave Wolf and Jim Holzaffel are here for our communities, here for us. They brought us real property tax relief with New Jersey Saver and homestead rebates, more open space and traffic-reducing road improvements like those at Route 70, HMO reform, and one of the best prescription drug assistance programs ever. Schools that keep our children safer and help make them smarter. Here for us. State Senator Andy Ciesla, Assemblymen Dave Wolf, and Jim Holzaffel.
Who's your best choice for Assembly? Paul Kramer and Barbara Wright.
Kramer and Wright brought home $800 million in aid to improve our schools and lower property taxes.
Kramer and Wright provided $7 million to create jobs and help improve New Jersey's economy.
Kramer and Wright required certified nurses to be employed at every school.
Kramer and Wright passed tough gun laws and mandated child-proof locks for handguns.
Who should you vote for? Kramer and Wright.
Kramer and Wright.
Kramer and Wright. Kramer and Wright.
Look out, Sayreville. Here comes Jeff Pulowski. As a member of Sayreville's planning board, Pulowski voted to build more than 600 new houses, townhomes, and apartments in just 4 years. That's meant uncontrolled growth, more traffic, and higher taxes for us. Now Pulowski wants to be our councilman? Looks like he's more qualified to be a big developer. On Election Day, stop Jeff Pulowski before it's too late.
Hey, taxpayer, guess what happened last year while you weren't looking? Mayor Joe Scarpelli gave himself a $37,000 pay raise. 2 months later, he gave us a $2.5 million tax hike. Did anyone know about this? Did he think we wouldn't care? Ask yourself, can you really trust Joe Scarpelli? Can you afford him? It's why we need John Barrett for mayor and the reform team of Panucci, Arrabito, and Toth for council.